Hey, what's going on, guys? It has definitely been a minute. Actually, it's been like 2 months. Sorry I haven't made any videos or really been able to respond to anybody in that time. Things have been pretty busy. Yeah, but there's been some good changes and a lot of stuff going on. As you can see, I am not in bed, which is always a positive thing. I'm actually outside here today, and you can check things out behind me. Yeah, it's a very nice day. You can see. I think it is like 76 degrees today, which is pretty cool. Yeah, but spring is definitely here. Winter is over, which is very nice. And yeah, like I said, I'm not currently in bed. I haven't really been having suicidal thoughts or the long days in bed since I made my last video or so. It's been good, and I really think the medication has a lot to do with it. I really think it started working, and it really kind of stabilized me and started keeping me out of bed, started giving me a chance to kind of catch up with this and get a handle on things. But I would say right about the middle to the end of February, things started to really improve. I'm currently on Lamictal still. I'm on 200 milligrams. I am no longer on Lexapro. Recently was taken off Lexapro. Apparently antidepressants are not the best option for people with bipolar, which kind of makes sense. I was on it for 10 years, Lexapro, and it didn't do much, so at least not much good. But yeah, I'm feeling good about those changes. And you know, my sleep's getting a little better. I'm actually able to sleep, which is huge. It was definitely a big part of the problem during the worst of what was going on. Yeah, in general, things has definitely picked up. Like I said, the suicidal thoughts are almost, yeah, they're really gone. I mean, I don't spend my days even passively thinking about it anymore, which is awesome. It was really, really, really terrifying and obnoxious and awful and draining to think about suicide constantly. But yeah, after that, I did work that job a little bit that we had talked about in the last video, but I did decide it wasn't for me. It was another social service case management job. I'm very passionate about helping people with mental illness, developmental disabilities, that kind of thing, but I think my days of being able to do that and maintain my own mental health are over. And I'd been planning at some time to make a career change. The pay on social service and case management jobs is low. The job prospects tend to be low. The opportunity for advancement is almost nil. And it really restricts where I can live. Like, I can't move across the country to go work at a low-paying case management job and hope I survive. I want to take my skills and be able to go somewhere with them. And so at the end of May, next month, I will start a computer networking and programming degree that I think is going to be a good fit. I like the subject matter. I want to learn more about computers. I feel like I'm good with IT and I could fit in an IT department, and I also think that it would be best for my mental health to be able to leave my work at work, do something I enjoy, feel like I have opportunity for advancement and a little bit better pay. And so all in all, I'm excited about that. I'm excited about the career changes coming and all the things that come along with that. It's been a while since I had some good movement in my life. It's something to look forward to, something to feel good about. So I'm definitely excited about that. What else to say? Yeah, after that, those things were the good things. I guess there has been some period here since that last video where I, for lack of a better understanding, have kind of been in a hypomanic episode. Just feeling really hyped up, feeling like I can't sleep, some racing thoughts, a lot of not very smart decisions and plans. I actually went on a long road trip. This was the end of February, early March, kind of shortly and poorly planned. Yeah, and I think during the middle of it, I definitely kind of came to the conclusion that something was going on. That I was kind of like extra hyped up. I just wasn't sleeping. My anxiety was raising. Something was wrong. And so I got home after that trip, and I found myself kind of slipping back into some old patterns that happen post-depression for me. Self-medication, kind of searching out sex and physical stuff from women, just kind of feeling that vibe, where I want to go and do that kind of impulsively, and not giving a lot of thought to the future, just making some real not smart decisions. So, and that's very indicative to me of what my episodes are like post-depression. I always thought, previous years and depression's not so bad, that, hey, everyone after a depression has these great moments of clarity and feeling wonderful to be alive and doing everything they want and living for the moment and doing all, and I think to a certain degree people do that. You're getting out of depression, you're happy to be alive. Maybe you're surprised that you've gotten out of it and that things are finally over, but I think during this and during understanding my diagnosis and the hospital stuff and having doctors explain to me what bipolar 2 is, it began to dawn on me pretty quickly that this is what I have after depression is hypomanic episodes. Just lack of impulse control, seeking pleasure, drugs, women. I don't drink, so I do smoke, but I'm not super embarrassed about that, or it's not like I'm proud of it either, but obviously too much of that can interfere with your day-to-day life, and when it becomes kind of a craving and lack of ability to control yourself, obviously that's kind of an issue. So that's kind of where I'm at and kind of what I've been fighting. I think it's easier to see what's wrong in depression and understand that, hey, I have to put in some effort to make this better, to make some progress on it, to bring things to a halt, because it's so unpleasurable. It is terrible. I mean, you're fighting every day to get rid of the depression. I think it's weird. This end of things it's sort of nefarious. It kind of sneaks up on you. Suddenly you're making poor decisions and you're kind of getting wrapped up in this way of thinking that was just totally foreign to you during the depression. And I don't know, in some ways it's hard to fight. It's hard to control. It's hard to know what skills to use in order to put a halt to this, to use better judgment, to think long term. And so that's what I'm working on in terms of therapy and counseling, is recognizing that this is a problem too, that not just the depression, but this tends to lead me back into a cycle. Sometimes poor relationships, and then when the relationship's over, I'm back to depression, and then we do it all over again. But I was talking to my therapist, and I realized that most of my romantic relationships have started during a hypomanic period. I tend to talk more, go to bars, even though I don't drink. You know what I mean? It's like I feel like a different person when I'm hyped up and able to talk and not self-conscious at all and do those things. But at the same time, it's like you find yourself in a relationship with somebody that expects you to be one person, and in reality, when you're not hypomanic, you're maybe quite a bit different person. Or for me, I guess I'm more of a homebody and more, I don't know, I'm definitely not about going out to the bars or clubs or getting whatever, so, but that's kind of been what I'm battling, and I know I got to think long term. I got to make sure I'm making good decisions and not making decisions that are just off the cuff and kind of wild. Like when I planned that trip, man, it was like I couldn't possibly fathom that I was having some sort of episode. It was just like, oh yes, I'm so happy. I'm going to go and do this and do this and do this and be able to drive for 13 hours in a day and go I'm not talking about going 90 miles an hour, even though, on the highway, some highways you can go that, but I'm talking about life, like mind, emotions, actions, everything's just going super sped up, and I feel fortunate that I don't have manic episodes, because I understand that you can have some serious psychosis and make some very, very life-altering decisions during a manic episode. So there's some things to be thankful for, but at the same time, I think it was easy. It wasn't easy for me, but it made sense for me to show you what depression looked like in terms of bipolar, and especially for me. But I also think it's important to be honest that the other side is there as well. It has its own dangers, you know. Maybe I don't feel suicidal now, but if I make poor decisions over and over, I could definitely do myself some damage, or my reputation, my future, all those sorts of things. So this is important too, and it's something I want to be honest about and be completely real about. It's been 2 months, but not everything has been rosy. Been ups and downs, and even though I'm not depressed, I still got to fight this off and really maintain vigilance with my mental health. Keep going to therapy and keep doing my thing, but I want to be honest with the people who see these videos, and you can understand what I'm understanding and how it goes, and as I learn things, hopefully I can share them and just be as honest as possible about my own situation. But I am glad to be able to make videos again, and I still have that feeling that I want people to understand who are fighting this, whether they're in a terrible depressive phase, or they're in a hypomanic phase and they're wondering what's going on, or they just want to know, is there people out there who are battling the same thing I am? And the answer is yes, very much so. There's people who are hurting, and I know some of you are out there who are watching this, and I want you to know you're not alone. You have somebody that believes in you. You have somebody that knows you can get better. And I'm not completely better. I can't say that. I can't say my life is all together and that my mental health is all together. But things change. Things get better. Therapy, medication, faith, strong support network around you, group counseling if you can find it, friends, exercise, nature, all of those things. But remember, there's other people here, and remember, I still care about you guys out there, and I really appreciate your comments, and I think about you, and I hope everybody out there is doing well and making progress of their own. So it's good to talk to you today, guys, and hopefully I will not be so late in making another video next time. I'll try to keep more in touch here, especially things have normalized a little bit, and still keep up to date with you about the medications and see what happens. But all of you out there, I'm wishing you the best, and we will talk soon. Bye-bye.